You guys love Jane Iredale. Gonna review the concealer. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca. Thank you for joining me in this corner of YouTube. I'm 53. I love makeup. I love makeup that is geared for women of a certain age. I don't know. Jane Iredale, we love her. She's great. There is a new concealer out that she launched called Pure Match Liquid Concealer. You guys are fans of the powder foundation. I am too. And I promised last week that I would be doing this review, and it's here. I ordered this from Ulta. It's only available online from Ulta. And the shade is available, not all the shades. So I picked 6N thinking, I mean, of what was there, this was the better choice. We'll just see if this works. I think it's gonna work. Claims on this are, glides on effortlessly for medium buildable coverage, dries to an undetectable soft matte finish. I love that. Jane Iredale describes her line as skincare makeup. So if you're not familiar, this is vegan. It's considered sensitivity tested, non-comedogenic. I think what I'm gonna do, I am going to apply this. I am going to wear it like I wear concealer and sort of my under eye concealer, as well as kind of a correcting everywhere, you know, help cover stuff. And I will finish with my powder on top of that. Jane Iredale Cosmetics, I have noticed in health food stores in my town and other kind of like specialty shops. So if you have one of those boutiques or stores where you can walk in and see the tester unit, that's, I recommend. So shade 6N, I want to see, I have 2 shades of different brands I use that I have on my shelf here. Let's compare. I'm gonna do 6N on the back of my hand. I think it's got a neutral to kind of red pink undertone, and I like that because I do think that gives a bit of an offset to the gray. So Maxine's Revenge light beige is kind of my color choice. I've shared this one with you before, so let's compare. Ooh, a little more, what is that? Kind of neutral, kind of beige. I have here Say Beauty in 6. Okay, aha. So yeah, the Jane Iredale one is definitely in that kind of a pinkish gray, which I don't know, sometimes that works really nice all over my complexion. It seems to really like to blend. Say Beauty, Jane Iredale, Maxine's Revenge. So I am going to apply it first to the back of my hand and load my concealer brush. We're gonna do it the Katie Jane Hughes way. I do like that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in directly. First, I'm gonna kind of wipe off my brush. There we are. When whatever I have left on here does a nice kind of a matte, I do like how it dries down to kind of a satin matte finish. Drying down to a matte finish to someone with mature under eye area, crepey, dry area sounds a little frightening. And I don't think that's what this is. I think, so for me, that would be like the Hourglass concealer. That really did that for me. I didn't care for it so much. So I think that this does not do that. This has a really, really pretty, just sort of lovely, and we have to understand that there's only so much concealing, there's only so much trickery we are capable of in these unprecedented times. So sometimes you have to just go, it's okay. It's okay to look 50. It's okay. It's okay. I was building it up on this side, even though I didn't apply it directly. It did a phenomenal job covering, and it doesn't look too thick. And this side, even though I applied it directly, I think it has a really nice finish to it. I am gonna do just a little bit right there, little bit. Yeah, I like this shade a lot. There is something about it that number 7, Boots number 7, drugstore brand, does this too, where something in the undertone almost has a gray quality that is helpful for this. And I'm wondering if there's a green. Salt New York does that too. There is an undertone that creates a balance from the ruddiness that is also fighting against the yellow. Because I have yellow undertone with like pink ruddiness. I'm going to use my BK Beauty 102. It is the powder brush. It's mostly the loose powder brush. And since I don't want a very concentrated application, I think this will work. That might be a little too pale for summer, and here I thought I was going up a shade. Well. But putting it on with a brush instead of a puff is what keeps. So if you think you have something that's too light, you have a powder that's too light, and you got to use it, right? Okay, so the best thing to do is use a fluffier brush versus a dense tool. It's a dense brush. Here is a BK Beauty 116 with a short, dense brush head, and we can kind of, hang on, we can really sort of go in there and get more coverage from that too. I get to go and hang out with my daughter. We are going to do some salon stuff. She gets her hair done. We're doing lunch, you know, maybe pop into Marshall's, smell a few candles. So I'm going to get myself ready for that. And then I'm going to come in, check in with you quick, show you the finished results, and then before I give you the final verdict tonight after dinner. Beautiful, just beautiful. I mean, Jane Iredale, like if you love this radiant that has this, I mean, this is the sheen scale, you guys. What are we talking here? Martin? Would this be a Martin? Yeah, I think this is Martin, because I don't think that it's not crazy like highlighter, but there is a little more to it, you know? And I can understand if maybe this, if you had an oily skin and you said, no way, I don't like this. But I think if you have a dry skin or you want your skin to look dynamic, this is for you. And we'll just see how it wears and or creases, etc. I'll be right back. It's hot, I'm sweaty, but guess what? I walked the dog and I look amazing. Yeah, this concealer is beautiful. It truly is beautiful. So I'm gonna look in my magnification mirror 3 times. We don't go above 3. We're not into 10 times magnification. And it looks good. See, this is where everything still looks good without being distorted. We do not need 10 times the magnification. We just do not. That's not nice. Don't do that to yourself. I like this concealer, so I'm going to go about my day and I'll let you know what I think. Way to go, Jane. Ah, Jane. She does it again. Ah, I am so warm and sweaty. I have not touched up at all, which is zero surprise to you based on my appearance. I had a great day. We got a couple candles at Marshall's, my daughter and I. We had yummy dinner. We had just good time. And it's very humid and warm, and our air quality is getting worse because of neighboring wildfires. So everything just feels... Well, let's talk about the concealer, right? Okay, I think I look good, despite, you know. I think my makeup looks really nice. I think everything held up as much as I would expect for a day like today. Zero touch-ups, you know, just hot. And I think the only thing that did occur was I creased a little here. And normally that doesn't happen. It could very well be a number of things. I don't know if it's wearing glasses contributes to it. Maybe the powder over the concealer. Maybe just the concealer without powder wouldn't have done that. Because I feel like it's just creasing a little bit, but not very obvious. In fact, I can only see it in my magnifying mirror. If I look just sort of regular face to face, yeah, it's good. It looks just it still looks really nice, I think. Look at that. Look at that. Radiant, because I am warm. I think the Jane Iredale concealer is very nice. It's a little spendy, but I think that it measures up to her level of product. In the collection of Jane Iredale, this is a beautiful liquid concealer product. If you look at the brand and when they expand versus looking at concealer based against other concealers in its category, I don't know if it stands out any different than Maxine's Revenge, Say Beauty, maybe even Maybelline, if I were gonna go drugstore, Wet n Wild. And I say that with great respect, like this is a great quality product, and those are definitely also products I like too. I think it may not be your holy grail if you already love something, but if you love Jane Iredale and you're like, I wish she would have a liquid concealer, here you go. There you go. And it's fantastic. I think it's actually what I love it for is a complexion product all over the face. I think it's beautiful. So there you are. Thank you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I will leave links in the description box. I hope you can click that subscribe button. Like this video, that would be great. That really helps me out in my performance on this platform. It's all about performance review, right? Alrighty, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.